Hey there crew, welcome back to another episode of I don't really know where this is going, but I'm sure the end result is going to be awesome. My name is Kirsten and I am your host, and this is my May setup part 1. And if you're new here, sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. These are some of the items I will be using throughout this plan with me, and I'll have everything linked in the description down below. As you could see in the title, my theme for May is the Phoenix, in combination with the waterfall tabs, but with its own twist. I have been wanting to do both of these things for a while now. I got the washi tape from the washi tape shop with the Phoenix design specifically for this monthly theme. And yeah, the waterfall tabs I first saw Nala Sure do that here on YouTube, and I know Kelsey Doodles does these a lot as well, and it gives such a fun effect to your monthly theme. So that's what we're doing today. Yeah, that first touch of the pen, that's always nerve-wracking because once you start you can't go back. But here I'm starting with the outline, and I've used the smaller size nibs from the Sakura Pigma Microns. This is the 01, and from the other is, I think it's a 0.05, just like really small nibs. So yeah, here I'm starting on the cover page. It's the first Phoenix I'm going to be doing. I'm doing 3 Phoenixes in total and some feathers for decoration throughout this setup. There's a lot of drawing going on in this theme, so I decided to split this video up in a 2-part video and have the second part video be most of the weeklies. I will have one weekly in this video, but the rest of the setup I will have up next week. Yeah, I'm not going to be talking the entire time, but when I do have something to say or explain, I will pop in and out. The color scheme for this month is purples and magentas and reds, and yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. As you can see, I put a lot of detail into this Phoenix. At first I wanted to go in with gouache paint, but I decided to go in with watercolors for this cover for all the spreads really, and I'm going in extra messy to give it this sort of flame aura effect around the phoenix. And I went with watercolors because I wanted to have all these details come through. And gouache is a little bit more opaque, unless you water it down very much, and well, you can't use too much water on these pages or it will bleed through. It is 160 GSM, but it's not watercolor paper, so you have to be careful with the amount of water that you use. But yeah, so I went with a very messy effect. This is the most detailed phoenix I'll be drawing / painting, and the others will be a little bit more abstract as we go. I also added these stripes around it to make it more flame-like, I guess. And now we are cutting, first we're gonna add the quote. I love this quote, it's a very beautiful quote. And since my bullet journal is for self-care, I really resonated with this quote. So now we are going to cut off the first of the tabs that I'm creating on the sides, and we are going to add the washi tapes. We are moving on to the calendar spread. I created this little border around the calendar that we are going to paint in with this gold metallic, and I miscounted the dots. It's supposed to be 3x4, but it turned out to be a 3x3 frame. Oh well, just switching up the layout as we go. For the headers, I also used the watercolor and just made these loose watercolor swatches, really, and just keep it simple, because we are going to use a little bit more detailed washi tape for this page. I decided to keep the calendar spread itself fairly minimal. It doesn't show up on camera as much, but this gold paint is really shimmery and it's so pretty. cutting away the second tabs. And adding the second set of washi tapes. And this is so freaking pretty. If you are interested in getting any of these washi tapes from the washi tape shop, I'm an affiliate and I'll have the direct link in the description. Moving on to my gratitude log. For this page I decided to add feather decorations to the gratitude log header. And then there's another phoenix drawing at the bottom, which is a little bit more abstract than the first one. And yeah, we're going in with lots of details again for the feathers, but less so for the phoenix. And using watercolor paint to color them in. Gratitude log almost done, adding the washi tape tab. And I alternated between a patterned one or a phoenix patterned one and a grid patterned one. This is the third phoenix I'm drawing here. This is the most abstract one. And this is my self-care green goat and my fitness tracker. Because I'm cutting away a lot of the page, I had to rethink my fitness tracker. And I went with this sort of horizontal style tracker, and I'll just color in on the days I do something, or one or more of the fitness things I do, or just coloring in the most important one that I do that day. Here we are adding another Phoenix type washi tape. This one's so pretty as well. And now we are moving on to the page I decided to call all the trackers because this contains most of the other trackers that I use, like habits, sleep, mood, energy, productivity, motivation, and stress. And I went with the feather decorations at the bottom here, which are also going to be painted again. And those were a lot of lines to draw, so be glad we have video editing technology, because this would be very long. It is already, what, 25 minutes or something like that. So let's, I'm very grateful we can speed things up and cut things out. As you can see, I already added the washi tape while the paint was drying, and that's all the trackers page done. Now we are going to flip back to the cover page, and we are going to continue our spreads on the other side of this page. This is where my brain dump lives. Now I know this is kind of weird, but things will all make sense when you see the final result in next week's video. Well, actually, you're going to see it in a flip through right in a second. moving on to the first weekly setup for May. Again, because you cut away a lot of paper, you have to rethink certain layouts you like to use and get creative. That's also one of the reasons why I started bullet journaling. Creative bullet journaling is to not just only self-care and help organize and plan my life, but also to get to be creative and think outside of the box. And this was a fun experiment. I decided not to go in with the watercolors for the weeklies. I am using the Tombow Fudu Showcase for the lettering, and also Tombow Dual Brush Pens for the colors for all the weekly boxes. Since this is the final spread I'll be making for this setup, I am going to say thank you and say hello and welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you all so much for helping me get over that 100 subscriber mark. Very cool. And if you are new here and you want to join the crew, please do so. Love to have you here, and I hope to see all of you next week. Hope you like this video so far. Let me know in the comments by liking this video, and I'll hopefully see you next week. Later, crew!